All right, we got Legend versus Midas right now. It's going to be a really exciting game. As I've said like 50 times already, we're going to have, we're going to see what spots they spawn in. This is for the third, fourth place match. Now, Korea's already gotten I Love OOV winning the first game right now. I Love OOV winning first in the tournament right now. And Korea is what Korea wants to get all 3 medals because Korea is so crazy good at StarCraft. They want to take it all home. We see Midas over here at the top right. Legendary, the Chinese player. Now, also note, Legendary is actually, while he is representing the country China, he is actually a professional gamer in Korea. StarCraft is basically the biggest money-making esport game out there. There's a lot of players making a lot of money on this game right now, mainly in Korea though. And if you can get good enough, you can actually go down to Korea, get sponsored by a team, and play StarCraft for about 10 hours every day, training, going to tournaments. There's tons of leagues. It's very competitive, and Legendary is on, I believe, SK Telecom Pro Team, the same pro team the Boxer was on before he had to retire for his military service. Note that we're seeing the players in cross positions right now. Midas at the top right, Legendary at the bottom left. This means the rushes will probably not be as effective this game, although it's always a possibility that we could see something like that. I am also noticing right now a depot going up here. I am observing this game right now, and I do have a tendency to start clicking really fast, and it can be very confusing if you're a newbie. So I am going to try to not go too fast here, so it is bearable for the eyes right now. But occasionally I get a little carried away with myself, and it gets a little bit hard to do that, especially in a game like StarCraft, where there are so many things being juggled. Each of these players average APM at about 300 at times. Very, very skilled. And this is actually a tool that can measure this, so I'm not making this up right now. They literally do 300 actions a minute, and this is actually true. They're probably not doing as many right now since the game's only just begun, but the degree of things going on in StarCraft grows exponentially. As we've seen, as we know, I know because I play the game, but there's so many concepts being juggled right now, and it's very hard to keep up with them. It takes a very fast player, a player who can concentrate on so many things at once, and that's why I believe it is the best game ever created. Factory now going up for Midas. Midas not walling in here. Many players usually wall in with their buildings right here to prevent some kind of a rush. In this case, however, neither players have scouted. Both players trusting that it would be better to use the workers to mine the minerals over here. The minerals used to gather resources to produce SCVs to make Marines out of this barracks over here. But and also of course to mine gas and things like that. This is a very it's an economic-based RTS, as I've said before, and that means that you really have to. It's a lot of what StarCraft players call macro. Macro being the term for a player's ability to continue to proliferate his economy. Right now, in this case, neither of them is scouting, instead using those workers to get a stronger economy. However, intelligence is also very important in a game like StarCraft. You have to scout your opponent. You can't just sit in your base and build a bunch of guys and actually expect them to then walk out and go into his base and kill him. You have to counter what he's doing. It's like dancing. You can't be doing a waltz and he's breakdancing on the floor. I am seeing a pylon going out here, a hidden tech. As we see over here, one Dragoon out here by Legendary, prepared to basically get in the way of this scouting SCV. This SCV's goal to get by the Dragoon. He's going to micro this Dragoon back. Micro being your special ed unit Dragoon just stopped firing, frozen in fear from the SCV, is not moving right now, and is now unfortunately going to have to chase this SCV back. 2 more hits and the SCV will die, and it does. But it was enough time for him to see these buildings right over here. These buildings telling Midas that his opponent is going 2 Gateway Dragoons with the range upgrade, as we could see by the little spinny thing. I don't know what that is, spinning all over there. Apparently that thing lights up and spins around when the Dragoon upgrade is going on, and that's how Midas knows that Dragoon range is coming. Midas being very confident right now, actually leaving his base to rush in here. in spite of the fact that his opponent's going 2 Gateway Dragoon. A little bit of an aggressive play. I believe this opening's called the fake double. And what he's going to do is he's going to rush in here with these Marines. The tank is kind of the backbone of the army, so he can't really afford to lose that. The Marine's going to get in the way here. This is probably the only time we will see, this is the most Marines we'll probably see this entire game. Marines not used very much except for early game. Now, watch very carefully as Legendary will abuse the fact that the Dragoons outrange the Marines. He will pull them back, the wounded ones, right when the shields get down. He will micro them back. And he's picking off these mines. The minefield has been laid, but it is not the best minefield that he could have laid. It will not block him off from this entrance over here. We are now seeing over here a Robo Bay being thrown up over here. I thought it might have been some kind of a, I don't know, an extra gateway. We've seen a lot of proxy Dragoon gateway rushes going on. Right now, he's sending this Dragoon out here, leaving these here, trying to see if there's any mines out here. He will pick off this tank. Excellent move by Legendary. That hurts a lot. The Dragoons are very strong units. The tank is basically what does the damage. Everything else is in the way. Notice how he micros that excellently, and not enough to kill those 2 units. Pulling the units back, it's a very complicated game. Pulling the units back, abusing the range distance right now. Now we see a Robo Bay up here. Now I would assume this is going to be maybe a Reaver drop later on. I'm not sure. Normally when I see a Robo Bay outside the opponent's base, at least I assume, because that's what I do, I build a robotic support bay, and I do a fast Reaver drop. This allows you to produce shuttles and Reavers. Reavers, kind of an artillery unit for the Protoss. Yeah, notice the short distance between here and here. Now we see Midas, Midas expanding right now. At this expansion, because that's what you do at expansions, you expand at them. Now these Zealots are running out here. This Zealot is going to try to set up these mines. No, whoa! Oh, what? He just left the game. Legendary cracking under the pressure. A rather surprising game for me. I don't know. That was it was a very short game. But when you lose those Dragoons to that mine, that is not what a normal game of StarCraft looks like. Not too sure. I saw him leave very quickly there. I could see kind of by the surprise reaction in the